They're what I call agribusiness, because they took in all the small farms and rent them, and they farm. They farm everybody else's property. And that's what they do. They're like in the agribusiness of farming. But it still exists. Any other? There's one. You had a question?
It's just like her.
Oh.
Did you have any conflicts with your father?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what were they?
What? Well, because, you know, he didn't speak English. God, it was broken. He didn't play baseball, right? He couldn't do any of these things that I thought was like, I want to be included, Dad. You're not doing that, right? He wasn't that kind of a person, so he wasn't highly involved in the community. One of the things I know, and you heard it in that tape, he stayed, he just worked and slept and worked and ate, whatever. That's actually how he lived his life. Because one of the things I understood about him is he didn't want to be distracted from what his commitments were to his family. So he just stayed within his cultural identity and kept it there. So sometimes when you're working with folks or see folks whose grandparents don't speak English, you know, whatever cultures, it's because that's their identity. That's who they know who they are. And they don't want to have it, forget it, as my father says. I don't want you to forget who you are. So there's a lot of conflicts. I will tell you one of the things, I'm going to write this book, because I really had a lot of cultural identity crisis growing up as a kid, and moved on into, you know, my 20s, which was, I'm going to write this book. I always wanted to be the homecoming queen, but she was white. Because that was how I sensed myself. I always sensed myself as other, and never quite be feeling that I was included and fit in. So that was my sense of myself. And, you know, I wanted to be privileged. I wanted to be white, and that just never happened. So I had to own what I knew and accepted who I was and value the strength and the identity and the power that it gives me. Any other questions? Oh, one more.
Did your parents ever think you were too Americanized, or like think that the next generation is becoming too Americanized?
Sometimes they didn't understand why. They didn't understand sometimes the way things were in this culture. I remember my mother. I have to tell you, my mother is this really interesting person. At 26, my mother went back to high school. Now, most people go to night school. My mother said no. My mother went to school with the other kids. 26 years old, and she was going to school with 17-year-olds. Oh my God. Okay? And this is a story I like to tell because it was about my mother assimilating into this culture. So she goes and she says, I want to go and finish my high school degree. I get to do it because of World War II. And the principal says, night school. And she says, no, I'm raising my kids in this culture. I don't know anything about it. I want to go to school with the other kids. So my mother does this. She comes home, she goes, oh my God, they smoke. Oh my God, they yell at their parents. Oh my God, they run away. Oh my God, right? We don't do that in the Philippines. We don't do that. They're having sex. They're getting pregnant. Oh, we don't do that. We don't. Yeah, you know. So what happened was my mother understood this culture so that by the time we got into high school, it was like, oh, here we go. It's all those things that I said before, right? And then she got this. This is the brilliance of her knowledge. Was she knew at 18 in this culture, I'm not responsible for you anymore. You're on your own. Yes. So she says, oh, in this culture, you're 18. You're an adult. Hey, I hardly wait till you turn 18. We're gonna make that happen soon. So she was able to assimilate all those concepts. So the time I got to high school and I was this rowdy kid, had all these opinions, she's kind of like, okay, tolerate this because this is the way it is in the U.S. and she's going to leave at 18. I am no longer responsible at 18 when she turns 18. So she was fine with that. But there was a lot of conflicts. But I was looking at her when I went to high school at 26. We had the same PE teacher. When she went to high school later and this PE teacher was my PE teacher. Oh no. That was embarrassing. That was the story. The PE teacher actually outed me by saying, I taught this girl's mother. Oh, don't say that to anybody. She said that to my whole PE class. So anyway, any other thoughts, questions? Otherwise, Otherwise, it's 8:35. You can go and do homework now. Oh, oh, you're welcome. So go home, do that paper that's due tomorrow. Is that? Or we have another meeting at 10 o'clock. I know you guys are moving at 10. I'll help you go home.
Oh, before you guys leave, I'd like to make a comment. Well, thanks again, Julia, for just speaking. Just some comments. I thought it was really interesting, even though it's not Philippine culture, because culture, I'm Mian, which is what one of the next events is about. It's about the Mian culture. And it's really funny because like when she was saying how her father had that hat because when they're farming, like my dad does the same thing, and so there's just memories and just like laughing in my head. There's a lot of like, and especially like being a collective culture, being family first. Even though I chose college before family, maybe not saying, maybe I'm assimilating it to the American culture, because I live in Redding, which is like 2 hours north of Sacramento. They probably wanted me to stay more near, but I kind of decided to go out on my own way. And so yeah, there's a lot of similarities, and I just hope to present that you guys will be able to, talk with your friends, with your family, and just share, about maybe a cultural background that you guys might have, and hopefully take pride in that. Yeah, I remember growing up, I was embarrassed for my dad and my mom because they had broken English, again with the hat thing. It was probably the most ridiculous thing. Actually, my dad wears these kind of Hawaiian shirts, and it's just like really, I don't know, I don't want to say it's annoying or anything, but that's my dad, but it's just something culturally out of the norm in a sense. But I still love him and my parents, and I thank them. And so yeah, hopefully you guys got a good sense of being culturally aware of who you are, being proud of that. And so we have, as the MTC, we're also doing a few more kind of cultural events for API. The one on the left, I kind of mentioned it. It's a movie. It's just, so we're still watching a movie, candy and popcorn. And the movie